Katie Shell. I'm an intuitive healer and spiritual counselor. I work with several modalities: astrology, aromatherapy, embodied movement, energy work, all sorts of different things, with the focus of helping you accept who you are. Good, the bad. There's no good or bad. Let's start with that. Asterisk, there's no good or bad, but there's different parts of us that are more acceptable or less acceptable um, for different reasons. And one of the things that happens to us as adults, one of the things that kind of hijacks our brains, that creates this feeling of not being safe, of not being able to be ourselves, are things that happen to us as children. Parts of us that weren't accepted for some reason, parts of us that were hurt, whether it was major trauma or just a piece of us that wasn't acknowledged or accepted or seen. And so that these pieces of us come up over and over and over again in our lives, and they intensify and they get worse. And so that those inner kids need to be seen, they need to be heard, they need to be accepted, and they need to know that you're safe and you've got it handled, you've got it taken care of. And so and kind of a side note to that is a lot of those experiences are either other lifetimes as well, or they're related to experiences of other lifetimes, because we all have many, many lifetimes. We're experienced the full spectrum of humanity. That's part of, the earth school. And so we have all of those experiences, and then they come up again. So the goal is, the mission is to feel safer here, to feel more secure, to become more present where we are, and to listen to those inner voices, give them space, give them give them voice, without, and that helps them not hijack our daily lives as much. When we are told that we are something other than what we feel is true, we shift and we change, and we start to come up with coping mechanisms and stories that we tell ourselves in order to survive, in order to fit in order to whatever. It's all sorts of different things. And so with this video, I want to work with a couple of oils in order to rewrite those stories, in order for you to feel more safe in your body, feel more safe as who you are right now, and make the changes that you need in order to let those inner kids be heard, and let them be healed, and let them be integrated into who you are, without hijacking our brain, hijacking our lives to some extent, to the point where we can become paralyzed and just not know what to do with ourselves. So the first one I want to talk about is cedarwood. All of the cedar woods are very helpful. They're heartwood. They help us ground. They help us center. They help kind of stop some of the paranoid thoughts that we sometimes get, that everybody's out to get us because of something that maybe happened. And it's, again, not negating that bad things don't really happen to people, but it is saying that if you becoming more present, you become clearer in your reality, and you're able to shift your reality in a much more productive way, rather than being stuck in the past. So with the Himalayan cedarwood, I like putting it directly on the back, because it creates that safe column, that kind of column. So I might drip it on from my neck, and then I will drip it on the lower part of my spine, because I like getting kind of that full column of the spine in order to really feel secure, really feel safe, and that that solidity, that strong foundation that we need in order to feel safe and secure, and to help that inner child again say, I am safe, I am whole, I am here right now, I am present. So then the next one I want to work with is hoe wood. Hoe wood helps quiet the mind. It cuts out the chatter. So it helps cut out those voices that keep on telling us that we were wrong, or whatever part of us that we feel that we're ashamed of, that we have guilt about, that we feel is not accepted by others, those stories, because somebody told us something once or 10 times or 100 times that this part of us is not acceptable, and that every time that happens, we continue to write that stories, and we integrate that into our lives, and we integrate that into our vision of what is true and what is real. And in order to take those blinders off, in order to see the world through the clarity of the present rather than the pain of the past, we need to quiet those voices a little bit. And so hoe wood on the temples along with mugwort. Mugwort helps move stuck energy, and it helps us rewrite those stories and create new ones for ourselves and move it so they're not getting stuck. So we're not telling ourselves the same stories over and over again and then projecting them onto others, or internalizing them to the point where we're in pain. Or we're increasing that pain and magnifying that pain. Pain is real. Pain is part of life. Pain, what they say, pain is necessary, is inevitable, but suffering is optional. And so that helps with that. That helps us move from the out of suffering into processing pain. And again, it's one of the oils, mugwort, and we can put that anywhere. But for this video and for talking about kind of healing the inner child, moving, holding space for them, changing our stories, and becoming whole and present, mugwort is going to be really helpful for that. So the next one I'm working with is mandarin petitgrain. Mandarin petitgrain is the leaves of the mandarin tree, and so any leaf is going to help us breathe in life. So I like to put it on the hands and literally just breathe it in. So we rub it together, and we take a deep breath, and we remember to breathe, we remember to connect with our breath. And so it again helps us moving. Breath helps us move and recycle that energy. Exhaling whenever we breathe out, we're exhaling things that are no longer serving us, and we're inhaling life, and we're inhaling love, and we're inhaling nourishment. So we put that on, and it moves that, and it shifts it. And all of both the mandarin and the mandarin petitgrain, mandarin oil itself, which comes from the fruit, the peel of the fruit, helps us heal that inner child, because it helps us tune into what she or he or they want. They really, because there's going to be male, female, non-binary, all of the kinds of, and there's multiple inner children that are trying to hijack our brains at all times. We just need to let them experience life through our eyes instead of us trying to filter it through theirs. And so the next one is then the mandarin fruit itself, which is about uplifting, and it's about positivity. So it helps us shift our energy, shift the things that we thought that felt bad, and it uplifts us and helps us feel safer, and it helps us feel energized. So we have that energy to do the work in the present. So the mandarin, any citrus, we're going to be careful about, because it makes our skin extra sensitive to the sun, so we can sunburn and all sorts of things like that. So I like to put it in my hair, or on the bottom of my feet, and in the diffuser. It's really good to kind of have it going in a diffuser. Kids with autism really do well with this too, because it's very calming and energizing and antidepressant. Because a lot of times when we have these inner children hijack us, it tunes us into the depression spiral, negativity spiral. So the mandarin helps lift us out of that and helps us again become more aware of where we are in the present. All oils are going to help us become more aware of the present, because we're doing things where it's very tactile. We're touching things, we're feeling things, we're experiencing things where we are right now. And then the last two is violet. Violet is a flower, and violet helps us find strength in being vulnerable, so we aren't afraid. We aren't so afraid of letting people in who we can trust, because we trust ourselves. Because really, we don't know who we can ever trust. It doesn't matter. And if we trust ourselves, and we trust our ability to say yes when we want to, and our ability to say no when we want to, our ability to go with our instincts, that it doesn't matter what other people do or say or are in our presence, because we trust ourselves to be able to be and exist in this world. And also, it's a flower, so anything flower is going to open up the heart, and so it really just opens that heart to receiving love and and giving and receiving love, because that's a part of being whole, is being open to love. And so when we're not afraid, and then I like doing the infinity sign. I do a lot of infinity signs right on the heart with that. And then the last one is green cardamom, another one which works on the heart. This one is about seeds. It's a seed. It's about timing, and it's about trusting in timing and trusting that things will come to us when we're ready and when we need them. And by doing that, it actually helps us become less stuck in the past and less focused on the future and much more present, because we know that the things we need, the things that we are calling in, the things that we desire, the things that are most in alignment with who we are available to us exactly when we need them. And so we don't have to worry so much. We don't have to worry about survival. We don't have to worry about being afraid of what's next, because we know that the things that are for us will come to us when we're ready, when they're ready, and when we're ready. So it helps us stay on that path and again, stay in the present. So with that one, again, I love those on the heart, but we can put that on the head as well. Or we can put it on the belly, planting the seeds, keeping that sacral flame alive, supporting us. I do recommend, I didn't put any of these on the root or the base of the spine other than the cedarwood at the beginning. So I will, especially for this, to feel grounded, it is really important to do that, to create. I know we did a lot on the head and the heart, but with that cedarwood at the beginning, important to put on the base of the spine. So we do have that stability, that grounding, in order to then focus and move our way up. So I hope this helps. All the oils are available at katieshell.com, sessions, all of the other things. Like, subscribe, share. Thank you very much for joining me, and take care of yourself.